ex-girlfriend's photo albums while inadvertently clicking like on each and every picture, including dozens from her office picnic last fall, her trip to New York in 2010, and a photo of her and her first boyfriend from 2006.
I thought if I went back and clicked unlike on all those pictures that maybe she wouldn't get any notifications, but then I saw some other albums and I ended up liking 80 more photos and shared them on my wall. Shit.
This is the Onion News Network.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear, no fear here, and declare your independence. I'm Ernest Hancock here in Phoenix, Arizona, from the BAAUT full studios of Freedoms of the Nest, FreedomsPhoenix.com. All right, let's go ahead and Donna, come help me with how I get this to full screen of what the heck. What's up? What's up? All right, don't worry about it. I'll do it. No, you might push the wrong button and we'll all blow up and die. All right, there they are at a party, okay? Now, what we're going to be doing, today we're going to be talking with Tim Coomber and Daniel Dabek. Now, this is, and they'll correct me if I got that wrong, but the main thing is MaidSafe. Now, here we have, just once you put this all in context, we have... Fareed, what's his name, from, I think it's CNN, debating Snowden on encryption and so on. The Snowden movie is going to be coming out. The surveillance is, they're going, oh, we got to keep this and this and this and this and this secret. Oh, by the way, every device, everything that you have needs to be able for us to go in the back door of encryption, and we need to read every single email of everything, because we're the government. Okay, and if we don't like that and it doesn't support the interest of the national security because we said, and it's censored, and you're not allowed. Oh, and the money that everybody makes from doing anything without our permission, you're not allowed to do it without our permission. With our permission, we get a cut, and we get to know how much money you make in tax. It's just control, central planning, control Venezuela. So I'm just going, we have to get to where we can, ones and zeros, go securely and foreverly, and we just communicate with each other, and we ask for and get whatever we want without a permission slip from. This is what has to happen. That's why we're so excited about decentralized internet, and then we're going to talk about MaidSafe in particular. But that is just the framework, the foundation on which you can build stuff. Well, one of the things that, you got this internet, you got this pipeline, you got this cord, I plug it into my computer, now what? Where's my equivalent of Facebook? Where's my equivalent of a search engine? Where's my equivalent of YouTube? Where's my equivalent of, oh my goodness, I might even be able to make some money without them taking away my money if I say something they don't like. They, them, those, the ones that won't leave me alone. So this has been the conversations that we have. Now we know Daniel Dabek, he's all about interface with the SAFEnetwork in some way, being able to through hardware or software or payment. He's one of the uber geek guys. He's going to provide and fill in gaps where we need to be able to use the thing. And then we have Tim Coomber. He's got an idea. He's like, we need to have artists that are rewarded for their content and that it's available somewhere. What we're going to do, I tell you what, we'll start off with Tim. Tim, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ernest, on this fine day. How are you?
I'm more than wonderful. And you're where? You're in Scotland, right?
I'm in Scotland, yeah, over here, and we still got snow in the middle, and May has kicked in, but hey-ho. Yeah, like you said, Ernest, the thing about I think was really inspiring, and we spoke about this last time we spoke about the whole of decentralization, and particularly what we're doing, is someone like myself can come on board. And you quite eruditely gave a perfect description of Daniel, and people can go and witness what he's gone and forged ahead with the Safe Exchange. But what I think is really inspiring, and I think one of the things that you particularly play upon, is that for this to sort of paradigm to really sort of break through to normal people, you not only like you quite eruditely said, you've got to have platforms like YouTube where people can listen to their music and their art. You've also got to be a place where everybody can come aboard, and that's one of the things about Safe, MaidSafe in itself, and the clues in the name, safe access for everyone, and I think that's really important. So that's where I sort of come in, because I think the great enlightenment I've always sort of pointed to what happened in Europe was when people like the artists and the engineers and everybody just had a free conversation and ideas were able to be forged, and this is where right now we have these tools in our hands, and this is what I think is great about having this Safe network and the live decentralized database that it is. It's going to give everybody the opportunity to come along, have some ideas, connect with people like the great coders of the world like Daniel, and for the first time be able to sort of build projects. So that's what my idea has just been, as you quite rightly said, it's just about musicians and artists and finding a ways to reward them directly. And that's one of the great things that the Safe network can do, because not only in place in network as itself as the intrinsic value of them giving you coins for content you put up via farming and via the Safe network itself, but we've introduced on N99, that's my vision, is to have seeds which reward people for the content they put up, whether it's music and stuff. So yeah, that's just a general overview, but I think it's Daniel will always give you a technical overview of what we're doing, but yeah, that's a general viewpoint of where I think it's really important. And I think it's a really important message to go out, that this is open to everybody.
One thing that I wanted to, my audience is well aware of Watch My Bit by Doug Scribner, Doug Smoothie. What he had done is he created something very similar, but it's accessed with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and you want, here's a dime and I get to watch whatever, and the content gets distributed, the money gets distributed over the participants, or however they want to carve it up, and cool, about what you're talking about. The only drawback is that, where's the content stored? Well, I'm not sure exactly. It started off on Amazon Cloud. So I'm going, so my content of I just got the car bombing of I just did, and I see the guy that really did it, put and watch my bit, make me a bunch of money's on the same server next to the next CIA drone strike. So I'm going, yeah, right. So I'm going, this is the vulnerability of this, is that you still have the infrastructure that you're keeping this stuff on that's accessible by those that don't want the information up. And I'm going, that's not a long-term viable, that's just not going to, it's cool. And it's, it's the beginning of something, and it's probably going to still turn into something cool, but it's not what I'm looking for. I support that, and we participate, and it's cool. But the long term is to be able to have content go up where it can't be censored. And it used to be, the people that are developing, like Daniel, when you come on this kind of project and you're doing, wow, this is innovative, cool, and I can use my talents. Well, this was 25 years ago for me. Now, there's guys, they did it. It was like, wow, look at all this great stuff we can do. But they got really high up on that ladder. Look how we're top of the ladder. But it was on the wrong wall. And all of a sudden, that wall is just going to, fall over and you're done. So now we need, what's the right wall? Where it can be stored, data accessible to any and everybody, and it not be censored, not be taken down. You control. So I'm going, yep, that's where you need to be. Daniel, tell me how you're interfacing with Tim's project and from your perspective, what's going on.
Yeah, of course. By the way, thanks for having us as well, and it's good to hear your voice. And so about the app, though, basically, when you put content on the Safe network, because it's all encrypted and hidden from plain sight, it's not so easy to share it with the world. So how are you going to share your music or your artwork or your video with the world? You can publish it with the N99 platform, which is Tim's idea, which allows you to publish your content, put it on a leaderboard, and people can use the N99 seeds and rate content, and it moves it up on the leaderboard. And it, eventually it just, disappears, but people actually get to find that content, put a seed, and acknowledge that they like that content.
Okay, so, now I tell you what this is. I know what this is. I remember when this happened. I remember. It was called Yahoo. In the mid-'90s, when you had the World Wide Web, look at all this great stuff I got. How the hell would you even know where it was? Right. There was no search engines. Here comes Yahoo. Yahoo came up and they said, hey, well, we can kind of start and find. You go, hey, there's this Yahoo thing. I can look for whatever issue or thing, and I can find a search engine. Well, you know the MaidSafe's going to have a search engine, too.
Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what the readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. freedomsphoenix.com, constantly providing the information, the real news about government policies, and the real relationship we all have with the coercive government. The real condition of the economy, innovations in technology, breakthroughs in energy, health, and computer science. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media. The corporate media, nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but now there's an alternative. freedomsphoenix.com. Constant news updates on the issues that affect your life in the most important ways. With liberty and property under constant attack, freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda, and it encourages the participation of its readers. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com. The revolution between the ears has already happened.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the free.
Okay, now how aware are you guys of the, all the ouch quit going on with the CIA and Snowden, and they're doing, oh my God, and the movie's coming out, and all of a sudden everybody's looking at MaidSafe?
I wasn't personally. No, I didn't know about the movie.
Oh, you didn't know the Snowden movie's coming out?
No.
Holy crap! Get out of the freaking cave, man! All right. This is what's going on. It was supposed to be released, I think, around Christmas. And for some reason, they held off. They went, whoa, we're going to do it in May. And I don't know why. It was somebody ouch-quitted to something. But Oliver Stone that did JFK and Born on the 4th of July and all of this, really cool conspiratorial, we're going to tell something about something. So it is a biography. It's a movie that's done by the superstars of whatever, leading guys of, I can't remember the kid's name, but he's been in big blockbuster movies. He plays Snowden, and it's all about him. Just what the hell? So it's going to change the planet. You got The Big Short on the financial stuff that happened, and the Snowden movie, and a couple others, and you just go, damn, the public opinion of the man sucks is going to be widespread even more. Now, right. What is going to come, the debate that they just had at NYU just last week, they had a debate on whether all devices and communication of humanity should have a back door, and the United States government of America should be able to access all encrypted everything. And Snowden's like, right. Okay, so I haven't seen the video yet. We have it up on Freedom's Phoenix now. But this is the big issue. While you guys don't even... Yeah, you guys are discussing that. That's all very interesting. You don't mind if we just do it anyway. Okay? So what you're doing is you're going, yeah, that's all very interesting, but we don't care.
Well,
and we're over here.
Solution to SAFEnetwork kind of just negates. Even you backdoor all the machines, like... I guess you got to find those machines that they're online.
Yeah, no, I want you to describe it from your standpoint with that kind of background of what, when we come back, David, I want you to go ahead and kind of, what the answer to that kind of stuff. All right, here we go.
.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
To be a part of the show, call 602-264-2800. 602-264-2800. And now, Ernest Hancock.
And we're right back. I want to get right to Daniel. Now, Daniel's going to go ahead and explain to us the actual usage of the Safe Network, because this is a big giant issue. I mean, they're head down plow guys. We got Tim's in Scotland going, hey man, I'm working on Snowden. Who's that? No, he probably knows who Snowden is, but I mean, he doesn't know that there's a movie coming out this month. I mean, this Oliver Stone movie of man. This is why you had Fareed's whatever his name is from CNN, debating Snowden in his TV on the podium thing. He's up there going, no, the government getting access to any and everything always is bad. And so he's explaining why this debate is going on. And while it's going on, these guys are like, we have the solution right over here. There's a debate. Why is there a debate? We have the Safe Network. It's like they don't get and they can't, and it's done. Yeah, but we want to really bad. We're the government and Big Brother. Yeah, that's all very interesting, but you can't. So I got to ask Daniel, is that true? Have you created a network and that there's something, if they can, if they can, maintain, enhance, and expand their control over the individual, and we get the surveil of everything, they are. So tell me how they can't, or can they? Go.
Absolutely. So when at the status quo, a service happens, kind of like this Skype. They centralize the place where they collect this information. Even though the status quo, information could still be encrypted, however, they can middleman that encryption communication. So we're talking, let's say our communication is encrypted. They can't hear it in transit, but once it gets to one of the hubs, they can extract whatever that data was, and they can now hear what we were talking about. SAFEnetwork, on another hand, takes that information and sends it to services that even those services have no knowledge of what exactly they're transmitting. So even if you're hacking every single computer on the earth, you would have to listen in on the actual device and target the actual device itself and make that device connect to that server in order to extract information, which means very simply that you cannot actually reliably spy on people.
Okay.
So if I install a virus on your computer, I can still hear everything you say if I make a connection to my service. If you didn't get hacked with a virus and you're only using the Safe Network and not having this separate connection to some other place you didn't determine, Safe Network obfuscates and encrypts all destinations and all content that traverses internet network. So when you speak that information, no one will know it's speech. When you send a message, no one will know it's a message. When you send the destination to some photograph or to some email or to some video or to some music content, no one's going to be able to intercept that using the Safe Network.
Okay. Now, this is one thing you brought up that, I go, oh, now there's a vulnerability that we all have, and that is them hacking into the actual device itself. They have to. Now, it makes it easy on them now because it's going to YouTube. It's a central service of a central iCloud of Amazon. It's over in this one big thing where it distributes, and that's where we put our Prism line of surveillance of it's ours now. Okay?
Yes.
So, but if you don't have that, and it's all encrypted, and it's all in pieces, it's not in any one place, they have to go to the actual device. That's where I want you guys to write this down. Right now, get a pen. I want you to, that. Come on. I don't see you getting a pit. There you go. Okay. Now, this is what. Write this down. ThinkPenguin.com. ThinkPenguin.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Chris Wade is the guy's name. The reason I'm going to be hooking you guys up because this is why. I've been screaming for this very thing. How come I can't have hardware? My laptop now came to me preloaded with Linux. It was optimized for Linux. It's open source everything, open hardware, they went and they selected and got and everything. And they go, you come to us and you are as secure as you can. At least your device isn't hacked right now. We made sure. Now, whatever you screw it up later, that's your problem. But we got this. So I'm going, all right, if I go to the Safe Network, I would like to have a safe computer. Or I'll just be hacked from the beginning. It doesn't make any difference. They're just going to hack me anyway. So I'm going, okay, if I do that, well, then you have the trusted program module. Now, this is probably something that, Daniel's aware of more than Tim, but the trusted program, it's hardware that's on the computer. It's a Clipper chip from when you were born, okay? So in the mid-'90s, they came and they go, oh, we got to have the same exact discussion. Phil Zimmerman comes up with the PGP encryption. Nope, the government has to be able to get access to any and everything. And we're going, right. Well, then they did. Here comes the trusted, it's Intel and Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard. All these guys come together, and they create, I know, we're already screwed. So they come in and they say, here is this hardware that we put in every freaking computing device, and it gives you a little bit more access, and you can do trusted programs that come in so you don't get as much, whatever sell point that they had on it. What it really was just now, since I bought my computer just this last summer, since then, Think Penguin has been on this big giant tirade warning people that the routers, they are setting them to where they come ready hacked by the guy. It's already done in the hardware. So, and they've been setting this up. It was part of this Clipper chip thing that was going on from back in the day. So I'm going, right now, even though you get the Safe Network all done exactly what Daniel just said, they have to hack you at the device. Boom, shakalaka. You think they don't know that? That's exactly what they're doing. So you have to get, open hardware and make sure it's not, and they're trying to make that impossible. There'll be a solution, I know, but that's what they're working on. So you need to get hold of Chris Wade, Think Penguin, and know that there is somebody out there that they already have a prototype that they did in the Netherlands, that they showed that they are creating their own hardware, because you can't get the hardware anywhere in the freaking world that doesn't already come pre-hacked to the NSA. So they're going, no. We're building the hardware components that will be necessary to be as secure as you want them to be using the Safe Network. You're welcome.
To add to your point, Apple has they need. There was like an article about Tim Cook said, they need to host their iCloud, and they host their iCloud on they deal with like Google or like whatever. There was like an article written. And then the thing was, they were receiving machines that they ordered from China that had pieces on them that they couldn't explain. They weren't explainable pieces. So they said, like, okay, send people and inspect every single machine and check every piece and have them write up a report why every single piece needs to be there. And like,
all right, we're going into break. You hold right there. I got everybody's on the edge of their seat, wanting to know what Daniel's talking about. We'll go, woo! Do you think those were just going to let you be free? They'd have to hack every single device if they use a safe. They'd have to do that. Oh, can they? Can they? Then they are.
Money, power, and respect.
Yeah? Is this neon flashing what I've been saying all the time? If they can, they are. Okay? Well, can they? Absolutely. What they did is how they did this, and the jurisdiction that they're claiming, is because they have a Wi-Fi in these program modules as part of that. It gave the FCC jurisdiction because it is a radio wave. Because they're producing radio to interfere with the baby monitor or whatever the hell. They go, we claim jurisdiction, and you have to do it this way. And they are making it to where the routers and so on and on the boards on the computers that you can't change them, which is one of the promises. Look at this module. You can customize and do all kinds of funky stuff. Well, now they're locking it down. They're saying, nope, you can't change it. And they go, well, it's not a mandate. Well, it's a mandate that, you're not able to sell it. You're making it in China or Taiwan or wherever the heck, and you can't sell it to Hewlett-Packard or Microsoft's program, Surface of whatever the hell. You guys want the scalability of cheap and make and, and be able to have a market and sell. You got to comply with this FCC rule of it is pre-hacked. And I'm telling you, I guarantee that this is what's going on because they have to. You guys are the threat. So they can't allow you to do this without having a solution. Their solution is every electronic device comes pre-wired to the NSA. That's what's happening. So that's where Think Penguin comes in. You have to talk to these guys. And damn it, I've been pumping you guys up to him. You guys need to talk because that's where the vulnerability is going to be. And the marketing for what you're doing, they're going to say it doesn't matter because they already got every freaking piece of electronic device is already pre-hacked.
Is Chris Wade in the Netherlands?
He's here, but okay. He's worked. They have a prototype that they already built. I didn't know. I just did a show with him a couple of weeks ago, and we've done them over the year, over the last year. But a couple of weeks, he's freaked out about it. He's going, yep, this is exactly why he started Think Penguin, was to be able to have secure hardware going out his door. Well, now they're making it where all the components that he needs to make it, they're not even available. So, fortunately, he has the resources and contacts. They go, we'll just make our own freaking hardware, design the chip, go to the modules that we need in some factory of make this. And they go, okay, you pay us, we'll make whatever you want. So they raise $500,000. They go and they start production. Well, the thing is that there's going to be somebody somewhere, there's a Hellfire missile waiting for that factory, okay? So this is, for us to get the benefit of the MaidSafe and N99, all the stuff that you're doing for the true free encrypted of they don't get to see, you have to have the hardware to interface with it. Mm-hmm. That's my point. Yeah. Now you still get to do what you're doing, and when it's think what you're up against him. It's MPAA. They're the one. No, hell no, you did. Where's our cut of you don't get in a video of you used the rejoiner of Led Zeppelin of you're not allowed. Okay. That's where I'm looking. I'm going, how am I going to be able to do my show forever and always, and I just do classic rock and roll, and they can't stop it? They're going to do it at the device level.
And they'll have to hack every single person.
Yes! Before they even get they hacked them before they even got their freaking computer. That's my point.
Well, what I'm getting at is Safe obfuscates the IP address, so they would need to hack every single IP address on the face of the earth.
They don't need every single IP address. They just need access to every single computer. From the time that I am typing into my computer, it is already hacked. Doesn't even matter where it goes.
What I'm trying to say is...
All right, let's say it on air. Here we go.
LRN.FM. Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
Yeah, but there's the NSA, damn it. Okay, so this is the discussion that we're having. I want to hook them up with people. This is where's the vulnerable. If they can, they are. If they can what? Maintain, enhance, and expand the intrusiveness control over the individual to the benefit of those of the central command if we kick your ass. If they can, they are. Well, how can they? Well, what they're doing is they're creating up the network. Ones and zeros get to go up and down between computers. Now I'm going, of course it's going to be your internet service provider. It's going to be, the ones and zeros going on the Verizon Airways or whatever. Well, there's a solution for that. You got, satellite-based CubeSat of infrastructure of Bite Me, and we'll deal with that. So that's eventually coming anyway, mesh network of encrypted of Bite Me. But they still got the keyboard. If I look at, it's encrypted on my phone. Can I see on the screen, the image? Can I see it? That's on my screen. Do I have to interface by pushing a button? If I'm interfacing with this and I can see it, they can see it at the device level. So what's Daniel say? Yeah, but they'd have to hack every single device. Yeah, that's my point. So your answer to that, Daniel, is what?
I'm just saying, let's say you put up the Led Zeppelin song or whatever, and they want to implicate you, and you use the SAFEnetwork. Well, you have IP level obfuscation. So how are they going to know that that was your computer who did that? So they would need to hack everybody, analyze everybody's activities for that moment, and say, we found the guy who uploaded. They had the Led Zeppelin file on their desktop. They dragged it across the screen, dropped it into the right into the SAFEnetwork file uploader, and they put that Led Zeppelin thing on.
Oh my God, they wouldn't do that. That would be wrong.
No. But so you're saying that they will do that, and I'm not denying that that's a vulnerability on the hardware level. But I'm describing that there is some layer of protection against the ability for some intelligence agency to just literally sweep all this information.
No. I'm hip. I'm understanding. This is where it's so critical that we have things like MaidSafe and exactly what you're doing. I'm hip. But it's not everything that needs to be done.
But think about your Bitcoins. People, if NSA has hacked your machine, dude, even your own bank accounts are in jeopardy. Go on online banking, and people will be doing wire transfers to not you. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
This is deadly. This is a way to destroy an entire civilization.
Yep.
They have to be out of their minds. Like, whoever's advising them.
Oh, my God. They're not out of their minds. They wouldn't do that. That would be wrong. You're killing me, man. So I just don't. You are such a integral part of the solution. I do understand. I see it. That's why I'm so excited. But I don't want to give people the false impression because there's two vulnerabilities. There's the actual communication. I have Cox cable. Okay. Well, they have Cox going that they can get access to the ones and zeros that are coming out. Hell, the router. That's the whole point of why they wanted to shut down. You can't change. It's hard, tuned into them routers. That's what they're doing right freaking now. So I'm going, all right, well, I need to have a satellite dish of my own CubeSat of bite me, encrypted kiss my butt communication. Well, that'll be coming. So then they go, yeah, but we got the computer chip into every single electronic device that it sends out another signal on your smart meter. It goes into your electrical grid. We see it on, if they can do it, if they can, they are. So that's why we can talk, that's enough about that. I just want to make sure that you talk to Chris and that there is a hardware solution being worked on right, not later, because of this exact thing. And what's integral...
Firmly agreed that this is an area to address. Even David Irvine mentions that hardware is going to be some vector that has to be addressed as well. But it does a damn good job, and I'm not just saying that, it does obfuscate where you're coming from, what you're doing, to keep you private. That's United States, the right to privacy.
No, I understand. It's that they, even if they go to, there is no central hub of the Skype server of the Amazon cloud of whatever. That's not where they have to do it at every individual device. So
I'm saying it's expensive as utter hell to do the
camera, man.
To analyze every person in the whole country on their device level, absolutely.
They don't want to. It's not expensive. They don't want to analyze everybody. They just want to analyze Ernie.
Yeah, but they don't know where your computer is.
Yeah, they do. I ordered it, on Amazon. It got delivered to my house, and it went to the...
Whatever you're doing over there, SAFEnetwork will obfuscate where it came from. So they won't know that was your computer at that place at that time.
All right.
Just have your neighbor buy your internet for you.
Okay, so enough about that. I just wanted to make sure that we're not, this is going to cure. There's so many vectors that, and David, and he's a smart guy. He knows. He's like, if they can, they will hear of whatever, of anything, they ever device of something. So I'm going, all right, and it's like, I tell you how easy it is. It's a van drives by, the front of my house, scans my house, and reads every RFID chip that's in my pantry of everything I ever bought of my clothes and shoes, and they take an inventory of my house. Well, part of that inventory is oh yeah, and that's the computer that he got with this serial number. We just hacked him. See my point?
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't ever think that it's just going to be a freebie. Okay?
I'm with you there. I'm serious.
So but MaidSafe, what it does is the actual date. Once you load something up and it's there on the SAFEnetwork, it's forever and always there, even if they do know who did it. Screw them, So I'm going, now let's go ahead and talk with Tim, the service and what you're really, all of this, you go, yeah, it's all very interesting, but we're trying to provide where artists can get rewarded and compensated for them putting up their content and it not be taken down and somebody else isn't getting a cut and everything. So tell us about the app on top of this service that you're advocating for, Tim. Go.
Well, I think just to sort of linger on what you two eruditely were discussing then, I mean, this is where the artists and the musicians have always been in society. We've always been the ones who sit there and point at the frailabilities of any current system. And one of the things, I mean, you're right. I mean, we could go down rabbit holes. We can talk about hardwares and being watched. But what's really crucial is if you're going to have any push towards getting people into a new system or into a new way of thinking, you've got to carry with it with the music and the arts. And this is what my vision has been from day one. It's just to basically reward the artists and reward the musicians. And why it's crucial is because I'm an artist and I'm sick and tired of having middlemen between me, and musicians are sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? I stand here and I fly the flag for countless musicians who stand behind me and say we're sick of all the music industry and all these middlemen. And I'm like you, Ernie. I've been around for long enough and thought, oh, okay, maybe I thought in the 90s this would all be broken down, and it hasn't. These industries, all that, the massive industries have all, the record industries have all crumbled, but we're still at this point where we still got these barriers, and this is what N99 is about. It's just able to ways to directly reward people who put content up, and we're like Daniel was saying earlier on, this can be done through Seeds or through SafeCoin, which is then going to go directly to the people who produce content, and that to me is a really crucial element about, I think, where the society, where I want to be as a human being, where I want my children to grow up is in a world where people who do create are rewarded. You know what I mean? Because if not, what is the point? I mean, it's going to get boiled down to real true questions. If we don't have the arts and music and the things, and we can't find ways to reward these, and we're just reliant on middlemen to give us what we have, then we get the world where we deserve. And I'm not being anything of it, but this is why we've got all these cinema aimed towards what it is at the moment. We've got to take control, and that taking control back is where people can directly reward the artists and the content producers. And this is the beauty of what N99 on top of the Safe Network does, because it's a live, as you and Daniel were just describing, a live decentralized database, which means no middlemen. So it's the ability for people to do this, and this is where right now, we've opened this up for a crowd sale, so people can go and buy seeds, which is the old idea that in the future they can reward people up the leaderboard, as Daniel was quite rightly saying.
Okay, that's one thing we're going to talk about is the reward mechanism for this. And what about intellectual property? What about copywriting? What about I just took your song and I did it and I get to make the money? What about that? Huh? Are you for freedom of information or just freedom for you to do it? We'll find out.
This is Donna Hancock with Silver Alliance Realty.
Okay, that's a good point, all right? Mm-hmm. My big screaming of this is I go, look, I need to be able to put up, a video, a file, or whatever, and it's there and forever and always and done. Now, what if I used a cut from a BBC, hell, I just put up the whole freaking series. I took your album and I go, it's my album now. I'm going to get more seed. I promoted it more, I get it. Okay? Sucks to be you. Are you going to claim copyright and sue somebody?
Yeah, if you know who put that up, you could go ahead and sue them.
For what?
For copyright infringement.
So you're still doing IP. No.
We're not enforcing anything. But if you find out who put up the BBC series, and you could prove it, you could go ahead and sue them however you like, But N99 they can't know anything about it.
So let me give you a scenario. Tim, you put up some great, whatever it was, it's a popular hit song, it's 40 million hits, okay? Mm-hmm. I go, wow, cool, man. I just copied it, put it up myself, promote the snot out of it, and I have my own address or seed or whatever, and then I start getting paid some. And you'll go, no, we got to be, can I join the MPAA and go after these guys and get my cut and sue them for you see my point?
Okay, yeah, I do on two levels. On a technical level, Daniel can talk about this. This is one of the things where watermarking is a perfect one, and that's a technical one that Daniel can discuss more, which is that when you put your content on, it's watermarked to you, which means anywhere that it's played, you're going to get your it comes back to you. And on the other hand is, let's be real with this, if we're going to go into a world where there's no, you talk about it, the road where, talk about the future with no roads. If we walk into a future with no freedom, then it's got to be left down to individuals to decide. side and say, look, that was the real Rolling Stones, that was the fake Rolling Stones. Just as we can do right now. You can go and see the real AC/DC, or you can go and see the fake AC/DC.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking, I got your real file. I downloaded it. I got computers here where I play it. Whatever I see on this screen and the audio, I don't know. You can't encrypt me just copying, taking a video of the freaking screen. Put a speaker out. I mean, seriously, I don't know what the hell these people are talking about. Of course I can copy it. It's an encrypted file of this one DVD. If you can't, BS, man. I just play it into my freaking TV and copy. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I take and do this, and I put it up, and I, say, yeah, it's me. Look at me, and I promoted it and give me the money. I go, what's that South Korean guy, Psy, Gundam style? And I go, oh, it's 1 billion downloads. Yeah, well, 100 million of those was the one that I did, and thank you. What are you going to say? I mean, not that I care, but...
So you're going to just make a lot of money stealing people's content.
Yes!
And doing a huge promotion for that content.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm just saying the possibility is there. It gets to the point to where, look, we can bypass the middlemen, but the middlemen become the people, they're just the pirates that take your stuff and, benefit from it. I mean, are you going to just, that's a side effect of this? You try and be, a culture thing? Is like, hey, don't do them. We're the real guys. This is the address, and this is the one that you kind of, just as a social pressure, because it's, what's the difference? It's a macro penny anyway. So who cares?
In any promotion, it's more of a competition. So if artists are getting rewarded directly, they now have their own resources, and now they can outcompete middlemen. So I don't put it past that middlemen will try to come around and try to outrate artists and stuff like that. But I do see that there will be a shift in who has power and who doesn't. Right now, an artist conforms to a label because they have no other way to stay alive and continue being an artist. But if an artist puts out a track and they get paid for that track, and I'm not talking like millions of dollars, let's say you get the 10 grand for your track that you deserved for how many times it was played. Now you've got bread, right? So you can outlive a middleman. You can outcompete a middleman now. Whereas right now, middlemen is what you need because they have the resources for the starving artist. So if you put bread on the table of the artist, they now have that vigor and just, they'll just naturally outcompete middlemen.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
And we need to play some Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Definitely.
Farmer trees growing leaves on top.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make a point. I wasn't even, really ready for it. I just wanted to, we were talking as we came back and so on, but I didn't want to interrupt you guys. But the point is that that's what really got me on this kick was because when we started doing the video, we do it on Vimeo now, and they'll eventually come out. We did Blip, and then they started, changing their terms of service, and we were on YouTube before, and they changed the terms of service when Google took them over, and we're going, and they're, I heard that 10 seconds of almost you talking over a little bit of Led Zeppelin, and we're going to flag it, and I'm going, and I'm done, okay? I go, well, you could just earn it, you could change. I go, no, that's not the point. It's a principle thing with me. They are controlling the content and what I'm not an intellectual property guy. But the thing is that if I advocate for this freedom to do whatever and what you're doing with N99 and so on, then they're going to be going, hey, you took my, I'm going to join the MPAA lobby against the whatever the heck. We need to control the internet and have it. And then you right back where we started, So I'm just going, there has to be another way of doing it. Either, the culture, the people, it's so inexpensive instead of it being a $5 song or even iTunes 99 cents a song. How about it's a fraction of a penny a song, and it didn't cost you anything anyway, and it went straight to the artist, so that there isn't all this record label industry computer central plan of they get to chop up all the money from everybody. The artist doesn't get paid. The people have to pay a bunch more, and they're feeding a monster that's devouring them. Well, N99 says, look, we can just bypass that whole thing with the SAFEnetwork. You can create content, you can get paid, and there's no financial incentive for the collection of them repeating and doing anyway, because everybody knows where the file is, and if they did, so what? You know what? So I understand. I want to make sure that we have a full understanding of what's going on out here so that we're not becoming the bad guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot take down people's content. You cannot attack what someone put. And when you play a content, the artist gets rewarded directly. So someone would need to invent your song before you to take away your bread.
Okay, now the seed. Now this, we had you on before, Daniel. Now remember, I'm going. Yep, cool. You're going to need, these kinds of seeds. So is that what I got my $100 in Bitcoin? Was that it, or is this seed to something else?
So we did a Safe Exchange coin Crowdsale. That was my project. Tim he's been kind of, flying the flag for this N99 project since 2 years ago, and now that SAFEnetwork is. We're testing vaults on people's home computers. So Tim is moving forward with development of his application. So he's raising funds to hire a developer and to promote the application. So I'm giving technical advice to Tim, and I'm going to pretty much handhold the developer how to do it exactly.
Okay, now this is one thing. I'm good for $100 here and there, and I'll be a gazillionaire one of these days. One of you guys taking off if I, bought Apple at nothing. Okay, so the thing before it split 473 times. So this is one thing I'm going. All right, just because Tim, I'm a supportive. I want to encourage, and I go. Where do I go buy some? What am I getting? I'm gonna buy. I did it with Daniel. I'm gonna do it with you, man. You can get some of my money. Where do I go spend my money?
So you go to Tim, you want to let us know?
No, go on, Daniel. Go ahead.
Network99.io/sale.
Okay, now we got that in the archive, right, Donna? All right. Now at the right after we get done with this segment, you guys hold on a second, and I'll go over there, and if you can do it in 6.3 minutes, I will buy it right freaking now.
Yep.
All right, and we'll put it in the archive, and we'll walk people through and do it. Because I have been investing in you guys every time there's advancement of this. You need a little crowd sale funding. If I get some early on, hell yeah. And I did that with Bitcoin, and it worked out great. And I got all these guys would give me, we'll charge you half price as long as you pay us in Bitcoin. I go, okay, and they're laughing their ass off. Well, I spent all my Bitcoin on the stuff. Now I don't have the Bitcoin I used to have.
What about Safe Exchange coin? Went up 16 times it's sitting at right now.
Exactly.
Like 20 times the purchase price is right now.
Really?
Yeah. It went up actually 80 times the purchase price at one point.
Wow. Yeah. I should check that.
You should check.
I got it sitting in my... Well, thank you.
We're doing a great job, Ernest. We're not letting anybody down here.
All right, Daniel, cool. You just made me some more money. I was saying, Donna's like, whoa, we need to buy a new car.
My pleasure.
All right, well, I think I'll just hold it. I just sit there. Because, see, this is what I'm talking about. On something that is such a world-changing, literally, the planet is going to be different from what you guys are doing. Yeah. It's not a big giant, $100 here, $500 there. What else am I going to do? Buy stock? I mean, put it in a 401k or something? I'm like, no. It's silver or you guys, one or the other. I get a combination of. So I'm just like, right on. 80 times, 20 times, more times of what I put. I'm like, I probably should have bought some more. What do you think, Daniel? I should have bought more at the time.
I got everything I need, So I'm making it happen.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, because Daniel's involved in this thing and he's behind and he did so well, with this other one, I made me some money. Just giving you, that means that, for the amount of money, I can buy a new car now. Yeah. With what I just got from you before.
I'm sure some people did.
At least a good used one. I'm going, I didn't even know that. See, audience? You should listen to us. Okay, now, Tim, I'm going to go ahead and we go in with this, and I get some of the seed and so on of what you're doing. Yeah, I got some Bitcoin. You guys take Bitcoin, I imagine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to go get some. We'll walk it through at the end of the show with all the audience, and I'm going, yeah, now this is it. Yeah, but it's got to be $100, $500. You just want to, kiss goodbye and just kind of invest in the speculative of the future. And that's what I do on a regular basis. But I tell you, all those little things that I do accumulatively, giving you guys 100 here, 500 there, 1,000 there, whatever, all of that has far surpassed any other investment, even silver. I mean, it's just, I see, so because I like to do the McDuck and roll around in it or whatever. But, I mean, and the crypto, but I am so excited by the future of my grandchildren because of people like you. Now, you're going to have to do, before we go here, Tim, you're going to be in a marketing for artists to join your thing to take advantage of this, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I, as I said before, Ernest, I mean, I don't really sort of find any difficulties trying to sell this to artists and musicians. They're the ones that have been coming to me for 2 years and saying, look, man, when's it going to happen? They're the impatient ones. So this is more to get it across to everybody. That's why I've opened it up to a Crowdsale, because I think it's not only important to give the hands of the seed, as I'm saying, into the hands of musicians. It's getting it to everybody, because we need to have that interaction between the people who are going to reward and the people who create. The people who reward, the people who create. It's a simple ecosystem, and that's why it's important to get it out to everybody.
I tell you, there's one thing that we can work on this. We keep I don't really update it anymore because I just, I have my, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, all that kind of sitting there waiting for the safe net. When it comes up, I'm going to amp up the living crap out of all my Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and go and you want the rest of the show, it's over here. So we're going to use them to market what you guys are doing. That's what I have actually had conversations with the network director, social networking director, and I go, look, this is what I want to amp this up here so I can abandon it. I want to amp it up so everybody goes, we're over here now. And N99 and Daniel, you guys are going to be the guys as an example of what we're going to be pointing to. I'm on your side, man. I'm evangelizing, doing I'm glad we had the show. We got to talk about some of the stuff. We're going to actually go and buy it right now. Go to the archive, for today, and we'll go through the process, and I'll put the sites up on the screen, and we'll go through actually buying it. So they can walk me through this, and hopefully it'll be easy. And then you'll get some other guys, because I'm telling you, I have been doing this for years, and I have the most resources that I have in the future and retirement has been investing in these guys' projects. It has been the future is here. And did you buy IBM stock in the 40s? I mean, that's what we're talking about here. And it's in support of freedom. Boom! There we go. Okay. We'll have you guys back on. I'll even let you guys talk someday. But the point is that I wanted to get this stuff out because I wanted them to be excited about what we're going to do right now. All right. So let's go ahead and get me to site. I have it up here. It's I got network99.io/sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where am I going on that page?
If you go down, you go to the Bitcoin address.
All right. Now the Bitcoin, I see the Bitcoin address there, and
green.
So I just click on that.
Yep.
Click. Boom. All right. It's a blockchain. Now, how do they know it's me if I'm sending you?
So it's the same like the Sage. So let me just put you right to the front of the line. You own the private key, so you send to that address. Just copy that address there, the one that you clicked on, and just send Bitcoin there from a wallet where you own the private key.
All right. Well, that's not sure I get too much brain. I mean, if I'm sending something, I own the private key. I mean, what do you mean?
Like if you used like Bread Wallet doesn't let you own the private key.
Okay. Well, I have Airbit, so
yeah, and I remember Airbits does let you have the private key.
Okay, so I go open up my Airbits. Now I have to do it from my phone wallet. I can't do it online here because this is a. All right, let me go in.
So your private key is going to be on your phone somewhere. So for you to spend them in the future, Same with your Safe Exchange coins. Like, we'll need to extract your private key so you can import it and then move those coins when you want to.
Now I'm going to have to do it from my phone then, right? I can't just do it on the PC up here.
So you can send from your phone, and in the future when you want to use them, you take the private key off of your phone. So never lose your phone. Don't change your phone. Like,
well, I mean, if I have backup, I mean, I can reconstitute the
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly.
All right.
That's what you need. You just need to be able to recreate that wallet again.
Yeah. Well, that Airbits allows for that, so I'm good there. Matter of fact, I have more than one device that has it interfaced with my Airbits account. So I get all right. So I'm going online here, and I'm going to network. I'm just going to do it from my phone, make it less brain damage. Network.
Yeah.
99.io /sale. Now, I know this is all you Uber geeks. Oh, yeah, you just. Well, there's no this just button crap you guys keep yakking about.
3 times probably.
You kill me. All right. So I'm looking at the network99.io sale on my phone. Now what?
Copy the Bitcoin, the address that says Bitcoin on top of it.
Okay. Open link address, Bitcoin, copy link. I don't want to copy the link. I want to copy.
Just the scramble.
It's not let me do that. What the hell?
You could also copy the link and then erase the beginning. Just erase everything after the slash.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, let me. Okay, copy the address. Okay, now I got the Bitcoin address copied. Now what?
Now just send some coins.
You're killing me, man.
Again.
Okay, so I go to my Airbits wallet and I hit send.
Yeah.
All right. So I go send and I go, how do I want to send? I want to send address. Bitcoin address or URL. Boom. So I paste. All right, so I got it in there. Now, when I send this, I just sent you like something. How do I know I get anything?
So you're gonna, after the sale is over in 8 days, you're gonna get seed sent to the address that you sent from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I should get what? $1 billion worth?
That will determine eventually, but right now there's about $8,500 in the sale.
All right, I'll do $100 because I love you that much. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
All
and
right.
And you'll get a proportion of the seeds because it's a auction. So there's 9,999,999 seeds for sale out of 100 million. So the model is 10% is for sale and 90% is for distribution to artists to bring them to the platform. So if you wanted to get them in the distribution, you have to be a real artist. You see?
Okay. I understand. I got in here. I go, seed purchase is what this was done. It's marked in my Bitcoin 0.223. Bitcoin just got sent. And then all of a sudden, I'm in my wallet in a couple weeks. I will get something. What am I getting?
Seeds.
Yeah. And that's going to be a separate account, or is it in Bitcoin?
It's going to be connected to your address on Airbits.
Oh, it just is?
Actually, yes. Okay. To redeem them, you have to take your private key from Airbits and put it inside Omni Wallet.
Oh! You didn't tell me that. Okay.
Oh.
So now I got to go get Omni Wallet. Now, fortunately, I have, I need to do, because I got SafeCoin, from the original. That's in the Omni Master, whatever the hell,
Yeah, it's the same protocol.
Okay,
same
but
system.
Okay, let me tell you what I have not done. Yeah, go ahead and just restart it. What I have not done is